Hello, and welcome back to the Explorers of Elsewhere. We are currently playing through a game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians set in, where else, the most adventurous and wondrous of places, that is a coffee shop. But our five common folk, have realised that the coffee shop has apparently changed hands of ownership to one Vusto Marn, who they were introduced to last session. If you haven't seen the first part of this small game, you can go back and watch that. Probably not a lot is going to make sense, but that's up to you. I'm not your mum. You do what you want. But I'd highly recommend it anyway. So we're going to pan back to our three coffee shop employees, including their manager, and two coffee enthusiasts who are regulars in the hot and steamy. Obviously, you've locked have you locked the shop for now?
Mm-hmm.
So you've closed up for now, and the five of you have managed yourselves sort of like around one of the sort of more round, bigger tables in the coffee shop to start making plans of what you are pretty sure is fake documentation of ownership of the hot and steamy. Elsie is pretty sure that the only person that may be able to help you now, as she is unable to locate or communicate with her mother, may be Marigold, who was the baker who used to work next door until it got taken over by Vustoman. Who speaks first, as you sort of all stare at much piling cups of coffee as you all start planning on what to do next?
I think I can find her.
Brain scramble of stuff.
Red
lines. You think you can find her?
Yes, I can ask Bloodhilda.
Who?
An old friend.
Oh, is she here?
You must know. Well, yes, all the time.
And you probably feel slightly cold for a second when I say that.
Did her parents really name her Bloodhilda?
Well, of course. Well, I think it was Blomhilda at first, and then after all the blood, she was Bloodhilda.
Makes sense.
So is that why you sometimes order 2 cups?
I'm just very thirsty. She doesn't really drink. I'm very tall.
Sure.
Kaylin, would you be
a
darling and just grab me a cup of green tea, if you would?
Yeah. Just kind of start steeping some. Just green tea? Anything in it? Bit of lemon?
Maybe a little jasmine.
Is that her tea noises?
If you have the fingernail of a dead ogre, that would be very helpful as well.
I think I've left that at home. Elsie said I wasn't allowed to bring in any fingernails after the last time that I made that steep.
So it might be a stretch.
How close to ogre do we have to be?
Probably closer than that.
I don't know.
But you know what? It's worth a try. All right, get clipping, Chunk.
Okay.
I think at that very moment, Rue was going to kind of let go. Ooh, that sounds like fun. And like literally pounce upon Chunk. Kind of like,
wait, no, what, no!
There's no time to hang around in Rua's mind. And just sort of like you see her like kind of grab like a small dagger, quite big for her, like kind of at the side, and just kind of like, ha! I'm gonna fight the toes, I guess.
Oh god! There's me getting ready to do my thumbnails, and then there's a goblin trying to steal my shoes.
No, don't let him take his shoes off. No. We got to take ages to get the stink out last time. Don't take him
You don't need
off.
to take the shoe off. You just make the cut, and if you're accurate enough, you get the shoe and the nail at the same time.
It comes in its own little holder.
So, with permission, Nate, I am going to do a fight on Chunk.
Sure. You do realise that you might cause a condition on him if you fail.
Yeah, I'm well aware of this.
I think him feeling like frightened or something at the moment seems pretty reasonable.
I mean, yeah, frightened's getting rolled in regardless. That's
River saw what was coming, skipped to the end, and just kind of like went for it.
please use grace. Please use grace.
Yeah, I can use daring or grace. Either or is the same for me. So, shall I? Yeah. Skills at arms, forcefulness, or elegance and agility. Let's go with elegance and agility just because it sounds better. Dunk. That's an 8 plus 2. That's 10 in total. I get to choose 3, and my opponent chooses 1 to apply to me in response.
Okay.
And I get to choose 3 from the list. Flirt with or provoke your opponent and gain a string on them. That's possible. Through violence or cutting words, inflict a condition. That sounds like fun. Maybe not useful, but fun. Create an opportunity for an ally to through prowess or distraction. I like that. And take an object from your opponent or seize a superior position. So I'm going to take an object from my opponent, a toenail.
Yeah.
I'm going to create an opportunity for an ally through prowess or distraction. And choose 3, and your opponent chooses 1, so I choose 3. And then I'm going to flirt as well. Why not? I'm going to do it in a flirtatious way. I'm going to jump on, even though Chunk's big enough to be kind of like like something that Brewer might find attractive normally. Not really the right kind of, things going on for Brewer. Just like jump on, just be
Not
like,
enough horns.
Hold still, darling. This won't hurt a bit. Now stay still.
So I think in response, Chunk goes plank stiff, like he just freezes, the joint seize up, as quite in an extremely physical manner. His commandment of no one likes a crybaby kicks in, and then I just emotionless void across the face as I just accept what's happening to me. Like I've just left my body whilst you're hacking at my shoe and toenail. And so I'll do the string on you as well, where I just I'm gritting my teeth for the cause.
Cool. Okay. So was that your 3, Chris?
That was my 3, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, as you jump onto Chunk and you just kind of go like, hold still. Chunk goes and goes plank. As you quite elegantly just sort of whip this little dagger out of your pocket and just go ping. Off goes the top of his shoe, and it delicately slices through all of his toenails, leaving a perfectly sort of pedicured top on all of them.
Them out the air.
And you sort of and you're able to swish the sort of dagger back into your pocket, and you almost use the same hand to then catch this top of the shoe in midair, and all the toenails just kind of go blink, 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 blink into this, and you whip round to Aspira and just kind of go, there you go. So Aspira, you have now got a shoe full of
Lovely.
half a shoe of Chunk's toenails.
Excellent. Right, so yeah, I'll finish sipping my delicious jasmine green tea. Leave just a tiny bit of water in the bottom. Take one of the... what the hell? I'll take all of the toenails, chuck them in, and just swirl the leaves. And as I'm staring at them, the normal sort of keeper glow of my eyes intensifies to quite a worrying level, casting a green glow over the table. And a tear of blood starts to trickle down my face as I commune with the unseen. So that gives a dangerous unseen a string on me.
Okay.
So let's give Bloodhilda a string, because she's like, we get on, but she's, a little off. And let's see how I do. Roll it.
8.
10.
Have you got 10? Fantastic.
Yeah,
That
plus my spirit.
Nice. That is an upbeat. So as you... Is it only Expira that can see Bloodhilda, or can anyone else see her now that you're sort of conjuring her
Normally,
up?
yes. I think during this, she may start to become more visible.
Okay. So
In
as you...
a sort of temporary way.
You start sort of sloshing the toenails and the tea bags at the bottom of your cup. As your eyes glow and produce this sort of like uneasy green tinge across the table, the four of the rest of you sort of like sort of ease back a little bit away from what is happening. You see this sort of like these tea leaves sort of slosh out of the mug as Expira's hands sort of like swilling harder and harder, sort of like around as these toenails and tea bags sort of like swill around and almost start making these runes that sort of form out of sort of liquid and tea leaves and toenail, as this green hue that you believe that was coming from Expira's eyes is now actually emanating from the table. And as this green glow starts getting stronger and richer and more vibrant, you start seeing this figure appear, like this sort of round white greyish dome sort of appear from out of the table. The initial shock of it takes you back a bit until you look a little bit closer, as this figure then is not as intimidating as your mind's first thought it would be, as this small ghost, this kind of wisp of just a small sort of like wisp just sort of like appears into the middle of this table. This sort of voice emanates where it goes, "Boo! You have summoned Bloodhilda! What do you want from thee?" From this tiny little sort of wispy, whimsical little ghost that you see in the middle of the table.
Morning, Hilda.
Oh,
Thanks for coming.
Expira! Hello! What battles may we commence with today?
I think you'll be rather excited. We might have someone to kill with a sword later with a bit of luck.
Fantastic! It has been so long since I've felt the heated war of battle!
My friend Elsie, what was your friend's name? Was it Marigold, was it?
Yes, I think she's just a bit startled, unsure whether to greet this ghost. It's like the words "welcome
Brick
to
coffee.
Steamy are almost.
Yes, Marigold.
A lady next door called Marigold went missing. Do you or any of the girls have an idea where she might be?
You just hear this sort of rumbling of a guttural voice sort of come out of this little ghost. What does this Marigold look like?
What does Marigold look like, Nate?
So you know Marigold as she is a larger than life wolfkin woman. She has sort of almost sort of like long purple hair that she plaits to the back. The one probably big noticeable thing about her is that she does have a scar, like a cross scar across her nose. You know that very well that she used to be part of the war along with your mother back when they used to fight together. But nowadays you would mostly know her as sort of like this larger than life sort of jolly woman, usually with flour sort of powdered all over her overalls. And as you sort of describe this image of this woman to Bloodhilda, you hear this sort of guttural rumbling again, coming just unbelievably emitting from this tiny little spirit. She'll go, yes, we've seen her. We have seen her. We have seen her to the building to the west. And as she says that, you know that that is definitely the new Marn coffee shop.
Have you seen her recently?
That guttural sort of, yes. Today.
Today?
You say
Taking
she's
this
usually
in,
happy,
Rue.
but she's not happy. No.
Rue just turns around and is like, is she dead then?
No.
This is not working how Rue thought it was working, but sure. Carry on.
She is very much alive, like the rest of you.
Is she in the coffee shop still?
Yes. She still resides within the building to the west.
Upstairs, downstairs.
Downstairs.
Downstairs. Ew.
Thanks for popping in, Hildy. We'd better not take up too much more of your time. No, just mechanically speaking,
Yep.
we get two things it can do. We can learn something important from the unseen, which
You
we've
have.
done. The other one that I'll pick is temporarily alter the unseen nature of a place. And I just want to give Bustoman bad vibes.
Yeah.
I just want to give his office and his coffee shop. I just want it to feel really unsettling for as long as it'll go.
You sort of ask this of Bloodhilda, and she lets out this sort of like, it is done, and she goes, and she disappears back into the table, and everything goes back to normal.
Oh, isn't she nice?
She's great.
She's so chipper.
I didn't think she'd be so small.
Well, she is
Was
dead.
like that. You get smaller when you're dead?
A
People
little
do
bit
shrink.
sometimes, yes. Yes, your ligaments and things, they dry up and you're kind of crinkled. But no, I mean, she's just been dead for a while, so there's not
I just keep.
not quite as much of her left. But she's having a wonderful time of it.
big lungs, though.
She sounds it.
Well,
So yes,
that's a troubling development, isn't it? What should we do, ladies and gentlemen?
Sense. Why would she still be next door? She vanished ages ago.
Is she being held captive? She's downstairs. I mean, what's downstairs? What's downstairs from here? Cellar. If it's the same that end, it should be downstairs.
Do we have a cellarnade? Is there a cellar in our building?
yeah,
I've
you'd
just
have a
made
cellar
one.
in your building.
Yeah, now.
Yeah, you would have like a small cellar where you would keep sort of perishables to keep them cool. You would obviously keep sort of stocks of coffee and mugs, especially since Chunk has been working and has been breaking quite a few of them. You have like a stock of mugs in the back.
I will not
What a load of
apologise for
fresh
art.
And maybe even some of your mum's sort of war garb that she used to have, things from the war that she's kept down there to sort of show interested patrons from time to time.
What time is it now? I mean, what time do we think the event starts? How long have we got until the Barderino?
While you've been chatting for like a couple of hours now, some people have sort of come to the door and have noticed that it's closed, and they're like, "Oh, okay," and they've just tottered off. It's probably round about sort of like early afternoon. You can hear outside that there is like a band that are getting themselves ready. You can hear sort of like trumpets, and you can hear some lutes playing outside. You can hear a lot of people sort of gathering around, kind of going like, "Oh, this is really interesting. What's going on here?" The one thing that sort of breaks the lot of you from sort of like your planning is the fact that you can hear someone talking quite irritatingly and obnoxiously loud sort of outside, like this female voice. You can hear like her just kind of going like, "Hey Bay Team, it's me. I'm here on the set of the brand new Varn coffee shop that's opening up in a couple of hours. Of course, I will be here on the scene, ready for you to give you the lowdown of this brand new premier place."
When did they invent Instagram or the EOE equivalent?
It's definitely something that the lot of you have never really heard anyone talk like before.
Yeah, it's weird.
I will regret the day we invited Valley Girls into the elsewhere setting.
It's the brand new class system.
What have we unleashed?
But as you know, everyone, I am just dying to try out like the local independent scene. You know what I'm like? I'm just like so independent like that. How about this place? And you just hear this banging on the door. This kind of demanding of being let in.
I feel like she's had her mum's mace on her lap this entire time, and she's been sort of stroking it slightly disconcertingly. And as you hear this banging on the door, she sort of gets up, her hair slightly disheveled, holding the mace, and sort of smiling. She walks over to the door, pulls it open. Hi.
As you open up, are you holding the mace as well? While
I'm
you
holding
say
the mace.
hi?
Welcome to Hot and Steamy.
As you open the door, you notice this very tall, very tanned Asavar woman. She's not looking at you. She's looking at this sort of sending stone that she's got high, sort of like perched. looking at the sending stone, and she's just she sees herself, and she's sort of like that. But then she can see you with this mace, shaking with eyes wide, and she's just like, "You saw here, folks. They carry maces around in this area." And she sort of looks at you, and she's just kind of going like, "What an experience." And she sort of just pushes herself round you. She's still sort of carrying this, and she's just like, "As you can see, it's taken ages for me to get a drink here. I've been standing here for a whole 2 seconds, and not one person has served me yet."
We are all speechless.
Sitting at our little table.
Brewer.
Like,
I think there are. I think they're all speechless because they're in the presence of, B Team. You know my name, but they're all speechless because they're in the presence of Becky Bianco Sonnet. And she just flips her ponytail.
Becky Bianco. Solid.
Yes.
Is this the bard?
You lot know. It's not hard to know about the Bianco Sonnets family, the Bianco Sonnet Acevar family. They're not so much a high house as in like nobles, but they've kind of infiltrated the high house just because they're so rich.
New money.
So people they've come from new money. They've made a name for themselves because Dan's looking at me as I write lore into this very world.
Thank you for providing me an in-world Kardashian analogy.
Yeah. Here we go.
I think I found my next character.
But yes, the Bianco Sonnets are a name that is known well. But their family is also massive as well. Like, they're a big, rich family. So it wouldn't, despite the fact that you know the Bianco Sonnet name, you wouldn't necessarily know someone called Becky Bianco Sonnet.
Is it because there's Becky and Bailey and Bryony and
Probably.
Babs.
Babs?
And Kevin.
Yeah, then they had Kevin. And they were like, oh.
Get rid of him. Does Rua, Rua's gonna look at anybody behind the counter? Do I get the feeling that people aren't gonna serve this person?
I think Kayloon's getting up to go
Okay.
over in a kind of like, oh, I get, just kind of scoots behind. Hi, how can we help you today?
Finally, B Team, someone has come up to the challenge. Hi there. And she gives you sort of like a massive whitey tooth grinning smile. And she's just like, hi there. Oh my god, I love your fur. It's so pink.
Thanks.
Extra is just watching this woman like
Kind of
a
born-
weird beetle has flown into the shop or something. She's just like fascinated, but keeping a distance.
As you know, I have come here to be the top reporter or influencer for the new Mon shop next door, but I always like to help out the little people as well. So I'll take a green tea to go.
Okay. Anything else in there?
Yeah, if you can actually like make it not green, that'd be great.
A skinny green tea, if you will.
A skinny green, not green tea.
Skinny green, no frap. Double. Venti.
and 2 pumps of sugar bean, please.
Kaylu's just looking at like not Elsa.
Hey guys, you can tell that this is sort of like an older shop because they don't know the new up-to-date orders.
Yeah, okay. She starts rattling through a little. No, that's green. Green tea's also green. Just put some green tea in, and then just some other bits. Just random.
Hey, Kay, I have some cinnamon if that would help. It keeps bodies fresh for ages. But I haven't used this one, so it might be nice in the tea.
You haven't already rubbed this one on a body.
Did I hear that you are going next door soon?
Yeah, like I'm actually there for the party. Special VIP guest, obviously. Yeah, I'm there to report to all of my fans on my Sending Stone Scribe.
How nice! Have you considered not going?
Becky sort of looks at you with just like, you're so funny! Isn't she funny, everyone?
If I may, I'm going to try and do 2 things.
Yeah.
This is a bit greedy, so bear with me on this one. First of all, Rue is going to become smitten with this person.
Okay.
Why?
First things first. It's for technical reasons.
Right.
It's all part of the
Technical
plan.
reasons. It's all part of the plan. You can see just like Rua's like eyes kind of like just glaze over for a bit. It's kind of like the height. There's been a lot of people in this shop today that's been like, it's been a lot for Rua. And so Rua's just kind of like, their eyes are just going to glaze over.
Need a bit of simplicity, and this is the most simple person you've seen in a long time.
Exactly. This is part of my Truth of Heart and Blade. This is to love and lose. When you become smitten with someone, say why, give them a string, and answer this question. So I give this person a string on you.
Okay, so Becky has a string on you now.
Yes, and that question is, why would your romance never last?
Because she's the worst.
I think the answer to that question is like the difference in kind of class level is just like, it's never gonna work. Rue is a bit rough and tumble. Rue is like a bit chaotic and a bit kind of like manic and a bit out there. And she sees this person who's like kind of like, looks like she's planned before leaving the house. Yeah. and that's never going to work unless they're willing to kind of like negotiate. With that said, I can then do a second thing.
Okay.
I think this might be what it works. It's the other way round.
They have to be smitten with you.
I have to be smitten with me. Okay, that's fine. I'm just going to do that.
Okay.
For the now. I'll come back to me on the second one.
Okay.
My plan didn't quite go according to plan.
You just fell in love with her for no reason.
Look, there's always a reason. Always a reason. Always a reason.
Becky is sort of waiting for her drink. She's sort of just like doing these sort of hand motions, like these weird hand motions across this sending stone, and she kind of looks at you, Rua, and she sort of, her eyes go, and she's just like, I get it. And then she just looks
I wave and wink.
Classic.
No. Goes back to
ew. I'm going to Kayloon, seeing this as her opportunity, is going to try and entice Becky.
Sure.
You mean my entreatment wasn't enticing enough?
So I'm going to roll with heart to entice, isn't it?
Yeah.
+1. It's a 7.
A 7.
Okay.
That is a mixed beat. What does it usually say with a mixed beat for enticing?
So gain a string on them unless they decide instead to choose one of these. Get flustered and awkward. Promise something they think you want or give in to desire. So I'm going to entice them with. I'm going to drop a cinnamon stick, and I'm going to do a bend and snap.
Oh yes.
As I come back up again, and just when I notice they're looking at me, and
Becky, who's been sort of looking at her sending stone all this time, is suddenly sort of like intrigued about this as you sort of like preen your leg down with your claw and then snap up and go. What do you say after this snap, or is it literally just like a fluster of the hair?
I think like a little fluster, and then I just kind of just sort of pop the cinnamon stick into their drink and kind of stir it and slowly pass it and be like, it's ready.
Massively intrigued by this, like she takes the drink, like, and this is the first time she's actually looked fully away from her sending stone. She takes the drink and she's just like, thank you. if you're coming tonight, I can get you into the VIP area if you want. And she'll just sort of like think about it, and then she'll take her tea and she'll wander out of the shop.
just at the other guys.
So yes.
VIP.
What just happened?
Have you never done the bend and no? You just and then you don't know that one.
I blushed profusely. What was it? A heart.
It's a bend and snap.
Okay. A little heart.
What's more of what's a physical for on Thirsty Sword Lesbians? Is it? What's a physical move?
I mean, I rolled a 6, so I got -1 heart. So
you hurt your back.
I think it goes well until my back clicks, and then I realise that my toes are exposed to the open air.
Oh no!
Yeah, you take an insecure condition. There you go.
No.
Anything else you would like to plan before tonight's event takes place?
Well, I need to get to know more about her.
Right.
And the other one, the one with the tail. So, yeah, I'm gonna go and get ready, and then we can go to the party and crash the party. Yeah,
cool. I mean, are the 5 of you going to make any special efforts? Are you going to dress up at all? Are you just going to go in your work garbs? What are your plans?
Brewer's gone to the bathroom with her bag.
Okay.
I think Elsie is going to excuse herself. She's going to go down to the cellar, and she's going to find as much of her mother's old battle garb.
Oh yeah!
Paladin outfit.
Yeah. And
Not
she's
here for
putting
fight,
it on.
guys.
And then she's going to put her apron on over the top.
Yeah, subtle. Real subtle.
Kayloon.
No, I mean, I think she'll just go in her work gear.
Yep. Chunk.
I spend an inordinate amount of time sewing my shoe back together because these are the only pair of shoes I have.
And Expira.
I'll quickly nip over to the morgue. I haven't got time to get home from here. I'll find the nicest dress out of the spare clothes that I have available. And
hang on. Are the spare clothes at the morgues just other people's funerary garbs?
No, it's for the ones that come in that don't have anything in. My goodness. That's the other pile, Dan.
Yeah.
That's for like work. That's casual.
Where's the Saturday night bodies? I saw somebody have a good piece of dress.
And very importantly, I will make sure that the dress I find has enough room to conceal the long stone blade that I carry around with me from time to time.
Cool.
And slip that in there.
Nice. Yeah, speaking of which, are you bringing any weapons with you?
Yeah, I think we've got. She's just got like a knife in her dungaree pocket. Puts it in there, and then just puts a knife in Beans' dungaree pocket. No, Beans doesn't.
Oh my god, does he have little dungarees?
No, I think Beans. He's just got a little bow tie for Beans. Beans has got a little bow tie on. He's ready to go.
Nice.
Opener in there. So he's ready for violence.
He's always ready for violence.
Always ready for violence.
That's the way it works.
So night, obviously with it being the colder months, night comes in fairly quick. But you cannot deny the absolute audacious display of lights and sort of like magic flashing effects that Vusto Marn has obviously set up around this new Marn coffee shop that he's erected. All of the workers that you saw earlier on, where at least Kayloon saw earlier on, are now all gone. And it is just a sort of red carpet that leads into the coffee shop. And there are sort of like general members of the public, there are reporters, just generally sort of like gathering around these roped fences, as people are now gathering to enter into this special event for this grand opening of the Marn coffee shop.
Could I briefly take Chunk to a side?
Yeah.
I'd like to use my Chunk string and offer some emotional support to our boy, because he's had a tough day.
I've come in. It turns out I have come in a suit, but it's quite clearly like high school uniform, and the suit is a bit too small, and like the sleeves are halfway up my wrists. I'm just feeling a bit stifled.
Oh, you look nice today, Chunk.
Sorry. I mean, thank you.
I just wanted to say, when people are coming for a funeral, I have to spend a lot of time and effort making the person who's passed away look as best I can. And even though I know it's only temporary and it won't last for long, in that little bit of time when people have something that cheers them up, that they can look at, that you've put the effort into, it can really change someone's day. And I hope you know that you make our day better as well.
Thank you. Sorry, is this a funeral? I thought this was a...
No, that's... sorry, work stuff.
Okay. Thank you. I mean, I don't do anything special or anything, I just I'll just make the coffee,
Roll and see how effective it is. Ooh, I can do spirit, can't I, for a get well chunk roll?
And if you're spending a string, you get +3.
Amazing. Hey, it's actually a 10 because I've got +2 spirit, got +3 on the string. Nice. So I just
So what can Chunk get from that?
If I open up to Xperia, Xperia chooses one from the list, and so I choose one from the list, and Xperia gets to choose one or take a string on me.
Does he open up to Xperia?
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I mean, it's been a bit weird being in the city. No one's ever really complimented my coffee before. Not like anyone here or anyone at home or any of my friends or any of the customers, really. So it's nice to thank you. That's good. That's good. Hopefully I don't start doing it badly. That would be awkward.
What if people don't notice the little things that people do for them, though? You make their day nonetheless.
Like the little magical floating bubbles that I do on some of the flat whites.
Ooh, I'll have to get one of those next time.
Yeah, it's either that or the moving cats that can make the paws go up and down as you drink it. Is quite. Well, it's nothing
so cute.
really. It's nothing. It's just something I picked up.
That definitely sounds like something. Yes, I'll have a cat next time, please.
Okay, I'll remember.
Come on, chin up, lad.
Okay, and as I sort of stand up straight, and as I kind of flexed it to give myself physical encouragement, there's a as I rip the sleeves of my suit. What are we taking on each other?
Great question.
I would love to give myself a +1 forward because I'm now, regardless of the sleeves now, I now feel more comfortable, more agile in my ripped suit. So I'm going to take a +1 forward.
Sweet. Yeah, I'll probably just take the +1 forward as well. I feel like I've got a bit of a kindred spirit.
Thanks, Xperia. You're really cool.
I hear that.
So did you say? Did I hear that?
Oh, yes, I said I don't often hear that.
Oh,
Did you hear that?
Did you hear that, Bloodhilda? I'll start again.
Well, you just turn to the side. See,
this boy is weak.
Drain his blood.
Okay. Yeah, I am. I can take on the world right now.
Amazing. So as the five of you sort of approach this red carpet, you notice that same dragon scent that was who was escorting sort of Vustoman around earlier on. She's standing like right at the front of this red carpet, and she sort of looks at the five of you and sort of squints, and then she opens the sort of rope fencing to sort of let you go down the red carpet, but she's eyeing the lot of you.
Yeah, she is. Understandable. Rua got not a lot changed. Not a lot changed between the bathroom and not the bathroom. You notice that Rua's ditched the body warmer, so just wearing like the deep V-neck kind of top. But you do notice that the patch has changed colour. It's probably important.
Okay.
It might not be.
Okay. So,
but Rua's feeling, ready.
The five of you enter this elaborate building. Like you probably all of you have been in the bakery before when it used to be the bakery, but it looks nothing like you remember. It's all sort of like bright whites and red, sort of gaudy walls. There are pictures of Vusto that have been painted of him in abstract poses.
Sipping from a little cup.
I'm going to go round to the table and I'm going to ask what sort of sticks out to the five of you. I will mention though that despite the fact that they said that this is a coffee shop, you cannot see a single coffee machine in this shop. Let's start with Xpera. Xpera, what is the first thing that catches your eye in this place?
I suspect it is the considerable amount of gold trim. Just wildly tasteless on most surfaces.
And is that like on everything? On walls, on chairs, on...
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
We're talking DJT levels.
I couldn't possibly comment. But yes.
Fair.
What does Rua see?
Apart from the tall dragon scent person that let them in, Rua's eyes kind of fixate on one picture in particular, noticing that the eyes behind it are moving.
Yeah, you kind of look at this one photo and you see that like the eyes are moving, and it's sort of, you can see it sort of like following you.
Yeah.
And then it winks. You sort of turn away unsure and look at another portrait to see if it also does the same, and it does. You can see that all of these portraits sort of magically are sort of looking at people, are sort of changing position as you sort of look at it. So you can kind of see as like one side, and then it's him doing this, him doing this, him doing this, sort of like as you move around these pictures as if they're sort of moving around by magic. What is the thing that Chunk sees?
This is like a big bombastic opening party, right?
Big bombastic celebration. So yeah, there's quite a few people in there already, and there are glasses of bubbly sort of going around to each and every one of them.
Yeah. Okay. It's the Majani man in a full body bear suit, like balancing on a ball, circus styling.
Yeah.
But the Majani man's face is visible in like the jaws of the bear. Like it's like, and he looks completely like he's just surrounded by Marn employees, kind of thing, who are just making sure that he dances non-stop on this balancy ball, dressed up as a circus bear.
As you're watching this Majani man dressed as a bear sort of dancing on this ball, as his eyes sort of like flicker almost a little bit in fear at sort of like these Marn sort of security guards that are watching him, and sort of just like you can see them sort of like show a little bit of hilt of their sword if he sort of just slips a little bit. as behind him then come in some sprites also dressed up as bears on even littleables that then sort of go around him, and then he's just like, oh, just like we practiced, and he sort of picks them up and starts juggling them. And all the guests are like, ooh, very nice, very nice.
And Chunk's like, oh, the big city.
What is a thing that Elsie sees?
Apart from this spectacle, I think her eye is drawn upwards to a chandelier, or one of several chandeliers currently hanging from the ceiling. And as she looks, she notices that it's made of tiny. What's the goblin's full name again?
Vustoman.
Tiny Vustomans, like in the shape of cherubs, with his face.
God.
And they're like holding little candles, like little baby wings.
Those little butt cheeks.
Yeah, there's some of them just like doing that.
Like suspiciously like well carved. Like you can see the light shining off them.
Are they ripped cherubs?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah, this spectacle of grandeur and obvious narcissism does not escape you, as you can feel your hair sort of bubbling again and frothing like a sea, thinking that this person is possibly going to do the same to your coffee shop if you don't do something tonight. And Kayloon, what's the thing that you see?
I think I see there's a plinth in the middle of the room that has a perfect sort of model of what the shop would look like once it's been knocked through. So you can see, and then it's got like the plans behind it in a kind of like perfect white real estate kind of like, this is what it's going to look like once, and it's like all perfectly formed, and the you can just see, what the new Vustoman.
Mustovan, what are you talking about? Yeah, as you're peering at this model, you notice that it's not just hot and steamy that it's got implemented into this plan. It's also like a bunch of the other small stores along this street that it looks like his ultimate plan is to take over these other stores and make this one street just one big long Marn empire. And as the five of you sort of gaze at this sort of this extravagant awfulness, you notice Vusto. He's in a group of people, sort of laughing and chattering and bantering with each other. The Oran Sprite, who was with him earlier on, who you believe to be his PA, she is standing off in a corner just with a flute of bubbly. But she's also still got her book, and she's still sort of like poring over it a bit. The Dragon Center's now entered the building, and she's sort of standing by the door, just keeping a watch of everyone. You notice Becky. She is sort of going around, sort of like almost just kind of like standing with people and sort of like telling them to talk to this sending stone that she's got holding up above her head. And you also notice the Lorivar woman who you met earlier on, Rena. She is standing by a closed door, just keeping an eye out for everyone.
I know, out of my front dungaree pouch, I take out beans.
Mhm.
And I pop beans on a stool, a faux marble stool that is next to us. And I'm going to use my move, which is World Friends, and also because he's familiar, that I can speak to him and he can speak to me.
Okay.
So I'm going to speak to Beans. Let's put him down. Quiet. Beans.
What do you feel like Beans sounds like?
What do you
And
feel
don't
like Beans
don't
sounds
give him an accent.
I think Beans sounds male.
Mm-hmm.
A sort of pompous old man.
Yeah.
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 Beans.
This isn't the first time you've spoken to Beans?
No, I'm always speaking to Beans.
Okay. Beans sort of looks up at you and he's gone, yes. Why are we here?
Well, we're it's like a little party or something. But anyway,
Can we go home?
No,
tired.
I know.
I'm so tired. We could just go home.
But well, first, can you just have a little wander around, and then just see if you can sort of sneak your way back anywhere? Do you know Marigold?
Oh yes, I remember Marigold. She's so lovely.
We're looking for Marigold, so if you can have a little look for Marigold, just use your charm, use your sexy body.
Bean sort of looks at you weirdly and goes, "We've talked about this.
Oh, sorry.
I'm a cat. You're a big dragon woman, which is never going to work.
No.
Like I like you as a friend.
No, I'm
honestly.
not interested. You're a man.
Then why are you saying I've got a sexy body?
I just feel like you need more confidence in yourself. I think
I've already got enough confidence.
Well,
haven't you seen me? I'm brilliant.
We'll just see if you can find your way. See if you can find Marigold. Is that okay? Can you have a little look around? Go on.
Okay.
Go on. I'll make you a nice catnip.
Or
pie.
lovely.
Would you get in?
Pie. Amazing. All right.
Good.
All right.
Good.
Yeah.
This whole
Beans
conversation, we've just been talking like meow 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 meow.
Beans then sort of like, and then sort of patters off to look through one of the doors and tries to. He sees like a sort of security guard by one of the doors and starts rubbing himself up.
Sexy body.
Oh,
Body. Very nice.
it's lovely.
Just an old man. Yeah, you like that. You like that.
You like it?
Oh, hey. Thanks for that.
Just turn around to everyone. I have to have a conversation with Beans. Just be like, Beans is on it.
Turning around to the group, Rube's like, would you mind if I went and spoke to the influencer? I think we've got a thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool.
Yep.
Potter off and find Bianca.
Becky.
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 Don't get her
Becky.
confused with her
I knew
sister.
I knew it was a B word.
Happens all the time.
Yeah, they look alike, apart from like the bows in like the different side of the hair or something.
You find Becky actually by herself at this moment. She has positioned a sort of glass of champagne with some roses, and she's kind of like draping herself over sort of like this velvet chaise lounge as she's kind of trying to take some sort of like artistic pictures with her sending stone.
Kind of just like a kind of appearing, just it's like a hi. I've seen your work. I know that you're great at this.
Oh, you're a fan? Oh my god, that's amazing.
Recent fan, yeah, recent fan.
Recent
new fan.
What tier of fans are you? Because obviously if you're only the 2 gold tier, I don't talk to you unless it's, arranged.
Well, obviously top tier, and I've heard that there would be some great comeback. There would be some really good amount of interactions if you dissed this place real hard.
You want me to cancel them?
Oh, slam it.
What are you trying to get Becky to do?
I'm trying to taunt her into doing something they might not want to do.
Okay.
Or they want to do, but find unwise to do.
Right.
So I'm trying to use my heat of the moment roll to try and get her to do what I want.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm going to roll 2 dice. Hope and pray. 9, 10. That's an 11.
That is
Nice.
that is a good beat.
On a 10 plus, they'll do it in exchange for a small concession or reassurance.
Okay.
I'll give her all the reassurance she needs.
Didn't like that.
You're not supposed to.
She looks at you, and she then gets sort of like a little devilish glint in her eyes, and it's just like, she puts down her sending stone, and she's just like, that Vastoman, he's such a creep. Wouldn't it be great if just something that he may have sent to me in a message privately just randomly got leaked?
Ooh, that sounds like good tea.
She ponders on this for a moment, and so what's the exact thing over a 10, did you say?
They'll do it in exchange for a small concession or reassurance.
Okay.
So you tell me what you want, and Rua will do it.
I'll do this one thing. If you can get that dragon scent over there to notice me. And she points over to Kayleen.
I got you, girl.
Great. And she goes back onto her sending stone, and she's just like, hey, B-team, I've got some real tea to spill.
I'll wander over, just kind of proud.
Devastating stuff for Rua, though.
Yeah.
As Becky sort of gets on with whatever she's doing, is there anything else that anyone would like to do?
Are we still waiting for the bards to appear?
You can hear chatter around, just kind of going like, oh my god, she's here, she's in that room, she's here right now, I can't wait, oh, she's amazing, I've seen her perform here, she's absolutely brilliant. And they're all pointing to the door that the Lorvar woman Raina is standing in front of.
Cool. Oh, by the way, because Beans is my familiar, he can communicate back to me in my head.
Pathically.
So if he finds anything, just give me a shout.
Yeah.
Found some snacks.
If he finds anything,
Currently,
just give me a little heads up.
Yeah, you hear in your brain, you just hear this.
Beans. That doesn't sound like looking.
I've got to make myself look presentable.
Oh, he's licking his balls, isn't he?
The balls have got to be presentable.
Why have you turned on the channel right now so I can listen to you licking?
Oh, sorry, and then it cuts off. Little bit of privacy, please. Cuts off again.
Call me.
Such an old man.
Can I shifty my way over to the Lorivar lady?
Yep. Yeah.
Who made a pass at her? Was it Rua? Yeah. Oh, what?
Guilty.
No worries. Oh god, yeah, okay, see this one. We'll just kind of sidle up. Who's in there?
Oh, that's my that's Amber Rose. She's in there. She's just getting ready.
Would this name tick off?
This name would click if probably only just over the last 6 months or so. She's a rising star currently in Avamore.
Okay. So, I mean, Busto would have put some money down to get Amber Rose to pay.
I wouldn't know. Wouldn't know. It's she maybe owes him a favor. I don't know. I'm just here to sort of make sure nothing harmful comes towards her. So she's almost like a friend of the family. So I'm just watching out for her.
Interesting. Can I figure her out, please?
Yeah.
Yeah. Double sixes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Just a 7.
Just a 7.
Just a 7.
With a mixed beat, you know that it's obvious that she's telling the truth.
Okay.
But with a mixed beat, you notice sort of like other eyes sort of like on the back of you, and you can feel that the large dragon scent, who's obviously there as security for Vosto, is sort of staring you down as you're having a conversation with Raina.
So, mixed beat. I may ask 2 questions, but they ask 1 back.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, how would you feel if I... No,
Kiss? Question mark?
Okay, I'll ask, what are your feelings towards Amber Rose?
Mm-hmm.
And what do you hope to get out of tonight?
Raina sort of smiles and goes, well, I can't deny that she's pretty easy on the eyes, I'll say that. But I think that's definitely somewhere that I can't go. I don't mix work with pleasure.
No, Chuck knows that as well now.
I'm hoping just to make a bit of money. I'm currently like training to be a seraph at the moment, and I just need, it doesn't come cheap, and that's all I want to do. I just want to, I don't want to keep on doing like these small little, just little jobs. I want to be an explorer if I can. She looks at you and kind of goes like, what do you five have planned?
Not burning anyone or poisoning anyone.
She raises an eyebrow and goes like, well, I hope not.
No.
But if
just Elsie in the corner, just like with a tinderbox.
My hands are so wet, damn it!
Curse these sprite hands.
If you can promise that no harm comes to Amber, then I've already promised your friend, ? The goblin. I've already promised I'll see where I can help. I'm not a huge fan of this sort of thing myself.
Right. I'll give you a signal. It looked like...
She looks at you and goes, maybe something a little bit more subtle? Sure, let's go with that.
Cool. Okay, bye.
Expira, you're sort of looking around you. This whole environment is very uncomfortable to you.
Oh yes.
There's a lot of alive people in here, which is not something that you're immensely comfortable with, and it's very bright in here as well. You
I just want a cup of coffee.
Yeah, you notice that there's no coffee machine. No one is actually serving coffee in here at all. It's very weird. You overhear Vusto talking to his crowd of people, and he's just like, yeah, it's not actually giving them coffee, it's giving them the experience of being in here. And then we just sort of magically produce the smell of coffee, and then they go, oh, that's brilliant. And then they leave. So it's minimal expense for high profit. And everyone around him's like, very nice.
Oh my goodness.
As you're sort of overhearing this, you then hear sort of like these tiny little sort of heels approach you as the PA, Jenquin, who you spoke to earlier, sort of looks up at you and goes, hello.
Oh, Jenquin, wasn't it?
You remembered.
Noisy in here, isn't it?
Very. I've been just keeping to myself. I've just got a lot of work to do. It's very hard being his assistant, and she sort of grimaces a bit.
All right, she's a little gothy weirdo, and she hates him. I think I'm probably now smitten by this by this little sprite. She's like an island of gothic stability in somewhere that's much too noisy.
I will remind you that you do have a string on her.
This is true. What does being smoked actually do? Let's see.
Being smoked.
Oh yes, I need
background.
to do my Truths of Heart and Blade section.
In the background, you'll see Rua kind of approaching Kayloon, and then just have like Kayloon sort of bending down to have a conversation with Rua, and maybe the conversation maybe not going. I've got to move if you won't agree, Libby. It's all good.
Oh, when I become smitten with someone, I have to say something weird to them. I feel that I think might make them uncomfortable.
Okay.
I'm just around corpses most of the day. It's much nicer and quieter.
The sprite sort of looks at you, shifts her eyes a bit, and kind of goes, "That actually sounds quite nice. A lot quieter than in here."
Oh, yes. Well, maybe you could take a walk around the cemetery sometime. Anyway, did you manage to find anything at all?
Yes, the thing is that signature is legitimate. That is what I did find, but you may want to head down to the basement. It's guarded at the moment, but that's all I can recommend.
Thank you so much. This means a lot.
And she sort of goes, goodbye, and then sort of scuttles off.
Expira also scuttles off at exactly the same time.
In opposite directions.
Exactly, just probably just as you finish talking to Kayloon, she gets just like,
do I have any sweat patches?
A few.
Oh, good.
In all the right places. That's the important part.
Good. Basement. Apparently there's something in the basement that we should check out.
I've got a plan that it's probably going to kick off fairly soon. Like, really kick off. I just need Kayloon to do a small little favour. Just
continuously tilting her head.
Sounds like something you might be able to spend a string on.
Absolutely. I will influence with a string.
Okay.
And I will ask Kayloon what it will take for Kayloon to do what I want them to do, and that's go and speak to Becky, or go and chat to Becky to start this chaos so that we can get the distraction. That's the plan. Get the distraction, go downstairs, save the princess.
Got nothing in common. What am I going to talk about?
She seemed to like your tea.
Yes. I don't think she's even knows what nature is. Do you think she has? I bet she's got astroturf.
Fantasy astroturf.
I bet she has fantasy astroturf.
I've heard that. It's conjured by star druids, isn't it?
It's awful. It just leaves all these like micro bits of mana in the atmosphere, and it's just terrible for wildlife. It's awful.
Rubbish. Let her pet beans or something, you know.
Oh yeah, where is Beans? Beans. Row, 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 row.
Beans is just like, I'm just sort of rubbing myself up against this guy over here. He's not doing a lot, but yeah, he's protecting this big door.
Where's the big door?
I don't know. It's over here.
Right, can I quickly use my familiar sense, which I'm going to look through his eyes?
Yeah. You can see that it's definitely out of the way of the room that you're in, because it's not as garish. It's definitely sort of like looking a little bit more than what the bakery that you used to know looked like. But there is this security person that's sort of standing there in front of this door.
Okay. Cool. I will reiterate to the group, I guess Elsie's with us as well, and just say, okay, Beans has found a big door. It doesn't look like it's in this room, so that might be the door that's downstairs. But there's somebody guarding it, so somebody's going to have to deal with that situation. We happy?
Well, it won't be great for me, but Vusto did sort of offer me a job earlier. I mean, no.
Is this you putting in your lead? Like, are you quitting? I don't think MC can take any more.
Just.
I will just after you said this, I'll just lean down and be like,
Chunk, before you make this decision, I think you should know something very important. Elsie, I'm sorry, this may be shocking, but I don't think he's actually selling any coffee. It's all just glitz and smell.
Well, what? I mean, I stutter a little bit and then look down to Elsie, taking a big puff of like a big breath. And do you trust me?
In certain situations.
Not with the coffee machine.
Not with the coffee machine.
Well, what I'm thinking is that if Vusto thinks that I'm sort of on side, then I can pretend that I'm interested in having like a little tour of the coffee of this place, just so I can kind of preemptively get used to working here. And if I can, if I keep on fibbing to him, then he might kind of let me behind the scenes, if you will, and then I won't be a completely strange face to anyone that is guarding any doors, for example. I mean, it's not going to be fun pretending that I like the man, but I mean, I guess I'm used to it.
If it gets us through that door, I am willing to consider rehiring you at the end of the night.
Oh, the face says, "Oh, great." The brain's like, "I got fired."
You don't have a job.
So I mean, yeah. I'm tempted to call on toxic power to, for all intents and purposes, take up ask Busto. Oh, I'm interested. Can I have a little look around?
Yep.
A cheeky sneak peek.
A cheeky sneak peek.
Okay, so I was having a look at my sheet, and earlier when Xperia gave me the pep talk, I realised that would have actually removed my insecurity. So I haven't got a +1. I will spend one of my tradition points to take +1 forward to call on toxic power, and I will close my eyes, grit on my teeth, and then summon my best dad impression of my dad, and walk over all alpha sigma male like, and Busto.
Hey.
Great great party.
Do you need to do a roll for this?
Yes.
See how he reacts.
It's a spirit with +1, so it's just a +1.
Okay.
That's an 8.
Okay.
Which is So I can ask a question, and the toxic power will answer the question, and you get to choose a thing. So the question is, I'm absolutely loving everything. It's the everything is great. It's just,
Oh, yeah, I knew you would.
Yeah,
I knew you
yeah.
would. You're
I
a
mean,
smart
all
lad.
of-
You do.
all of the stuff. Great, love this. I mean, I was just wondering, given that you've got such a bold empire, that's about if I could just have a little bit of a tour of the place. Sorry if that seems a bit forward of me. I was don't mean to intrude or
Not at all. I've talked to many of my guests, but if I can't deny a young, smart chap like yourself who wants to, grow up to be, a bit of a man himself, probably. I can't deny him a little tour around this fine establishment.
I mean, I really appreciate. I realise it's a big ask. So, if you want to take something from me, either knowledge, reputation, or something physical, or make me mark a condition, or gain a string on me, that's completely, that's completely understandable. If you wanted to do this right now,
I think what he will do is he banters on about the fact that he's going to give you a tour.
right?
But he's pretty much just showing you the room and talking in extensive detail about the walls and the portraits and the magic that's going to be used to immense the smell. So you're not actually gaining access to where you want to gain, but you are now distracting him. He is distracted by the fact that you want to know, that he is telling you about the building. So
Okay.
So
I've acknowledged being this close to this goblin for this amount of time that there is a distinct smell of garlic butter coming off him.
So the four of you can see that now Vusto is distracted. As
Little looks.
as the four of you sort of watch over this, you are then you sort of turn around quickly to hear these kind of like, ooh, she's here, as it's obvious that Raina has now opened the door to where Amber Rose was, and the Chunk, you're not seeing this because you are trying your best to show as much engagement to Vusto as possible. But you noticed that out of the door comes a sort of relatively scantily cladded Lorivar woman, all in red and knee-high boots, who you can only guess is Amber Rose, as she's kind of like waving to everyone as she's sort of walking out of the door. Raina sort of clocks your eyes, Kayloon, and she's kind of mouthing like, distraction is now, as she's kind of saying like, everyone is probably going to be focused on Amber Rose if you wanted to do anything now. She's like, yes, this. Go.
I just kind of grab all the children. Let's go. And find, I'm assuming because they're shop by shop that the layout is probably similar.
Yes. Yeah.
So I will head to where I think potentially I could get downstairs.
I'm wondering if there's anything you can roll for that, because obviously the building has massively changed. Yeah.
Can I potentially? Let's have a little look.
Let's have a little look about something.
Let's have a little look.
Oh, let's have a little look. Actually, if you roll me a wit for some knowledge of sort of like, even to kind of decipher whether, even though this building has changed quite a lot, that you could probably find out where the basement is.
That's a 9.
9.
I got 0 on my wit, so it's just
0
a
on your
9.
wit. So that would be a mixed beat. Yeah, you're sort of pulling the other 3 along with you to try and sort of like get past people to see if you can find this basement door. You find it, and the security guard is bending down, and he's sort of just like stroking Beans' belly. He's just like, "Oh, you're so lovely. Oh, you're so lovely. Like that. He is completely distracted, so there is nothing stopping you from going through this door, except for the fact that behind you stands this large dragon scent woman who's been bodyguarding Vusto, and she's just like, "I'd recommend going back to the party if I were you."
May I? Thing that says
like a tree.
defy disaster. Defy disaster. I'm gonna climb like a tree.
Yeah.
So basically, I'm going to push my limits to achieve something extraordinary that's not covered by another move, or I could fight her. So that's the 2 things I can do. I could fight her or climb her like a tree and defy disaster. Those are my options, I think.
I think climbing her like a tree would probably result in fighting her regardless.
I'm cool either way.
Depends on how the roll goes, I guess.
Yeah.
On a 10+, you do it with style. So
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna use daring, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Might, endurance, or courage. So roll to add. Don't fuck up on me now.
Oh,
yes,
no.
Fucked up. There we go.
So you're climbing her like a tree.
Gonna try
Yeah.
and fail
You
horribly.
You sort of just like you kind of go, "Oh," and you pounce onto her. She just kind of stands there, and she sort of looks at you, grabs you by your like puffer jacket, and just drops you on the floor. And I will inflict onto you a hopeless condition.
Yes.
As your
Fair.
plan did not go according
Fair.
to what you had in mind.
That is very fair.
And she looks at the rest of you and she goes, "I won't ask you again. Go back to the party." Elsie, you have been brewing so much to the point that this whole event has been like almost like a blur of just how much rage you're feeling at the moment. How are you feeling hearing this woman telling you what to do?
I mean, there were several moments, I think, over the course of the night, there was very almost an LC-shaped hole in the wall of her just heading for this problem and not stopping. I think seeing so close to what we want and not getting it, I think she will step forward in her mother's armor with her mother's mace. And I think she's looked quite demure up until now, despite the very obvious like waves going on in her hair. And she will just lift the mace and she's just gonna smack the dragon with it.
Yeah. Give me a fight then. Let's have a fight.
you're going daring or grace?
Yeah, daring or grace. Are you doing this?
Yes, one second, let me try and find my what is my... They are both +1.
Yep. I kind of feel like
I'll do it
this
with
is
grace.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it with grace. Oh, that's a 12.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice, nice. So yeah, as you, are you just intimidating her, or are you actually smacking her?
I think it's reached a smack level. You
So
see this
you-
tiny sprite. She probably shouldn't be able to lift this mace, really. She just lifts it over her head with like this big smile on her, the same smile she greets customers with.
Yeah. As you lift up this mace and to the point, the only point that you can really get to her as high as you can is probably her torso. You bring it round and she's so surprised about this tiny sprite lifting this massive mace and just smacking her in the stomach. She kind of boils over and she kind of like, oh. And she looks at you and she can see like this sort of bubbling, boiling
The
rage
madness.
in your eyes. And she just kind of goes like, oh. She just sort of walks off, kind of going like, fuck. And just walks off as she sort of limps away holding her stomach. And the door is free for you to enter.
Come again.
And as the four of you open this door, the other security guard that's still with Beans, he's just like, the four of you sort of make it down to this basement. You look around and you notice how familiar it is because it's so much like the basement at the Hot and Steamy. You notice everything that's sort of like in its proper place. All of the old bakery stuff is still down there, and you notice as you're sort of looking around that actually fresh bread is being baked down there. You sort of turn around a small corner and you see, especially you, Elsie, and probably the others who have met her before, you notice the figure of a Wolfkin woman, who you all know as Marigold, standing there sort of holding like some freshly cooked bread. She looks sort of like more forlorn than usual, and she kind of lifts up her head as she's holding these fresh loaves, and she sees these familiar faces and she's like, you shouldn't be down here, please leave, you shouldn't be down here. And as she says that, you hear another voice going, Marigold, who is it? And Elsie, you immediately hear the voice of your mother.
My God.
And as Elsie, this voice of your mother, you immediately sort of see, you sort of bust round Marigold, and your mother is tied up in a chair. And she's just like, Elsie!
Mum?
This is not the position I wanted you to see me in, obviously.
She'll drop the mace immediately and hurry to try and undo her.
Sorry, is the paladin like, oh, hello, darling?
Hey, darling. Sorry, it's just me and Marigold. We're just doing something. We're just experimenting. It's all very natural.
They're actually just fine down there.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want you to see me like this, darling.
Yes, you're, thank you for untying me. You are probably wondering why I'm down here.
I seem a little fucked up.
I thought you were franchising. Swearing elsewhere.
I mean, yes, I did, and then I came back and I bumped into Marigold, and we, reconnected a bit, and But unfortunately, we've been locked down here.
Rue has picked up the nearest small bun, and she's just chomping through it, going, "Nice buns."
Marigold sort of looks at you, and her original sort of like saddened, worn face actually then sort of smiles, and she's just like, "Oh, thank you."
Wait. So you've been trapped down here the whole time?
Yes, I didn't want to worry anyone. It's a little bit embarrassing, really. So me and Marigold have just been down here.
You signed away our cafe.
No, I didn't. Where did you hear that?
It was paperwork. Not currently here. I saw it briefly.
Oh, well, no. I signed some. I signed some autographs. Apparently, that Vustoman came down, and he said that he was a big fan of paladins and wanted my autograph. But I didn't sign anything away.
What have I told you about signing autographs, Mother? Never goes well.
Oh, never has it?
No.
It's classic scam. Getting mums.
Peak boomer scam energy.
Yeah.
Just sign this paper. Don't worry about the boy.
As you rekindle with your mother, and she is very honest with you, saying like, I haven't signed anything away. Like, I still have the documentation that proves that this is my cafe, that it's my coffee shop. Marigold is obviously sort of like feeling a little bit sort of sheepish by the fact that she also, being this very big intimidating woman as well, has also been locked in a basement by a small goblin. Both of them sort of look at each other and they kind of go like, I think it's time for some revenge, don't you think? as the two of them sort of like dust off themselves, and still not asking the question on why she was tied up, they both leave
Did
the
Marigold
basement.
never decide to untie her? Marigold was just like, no, I'll just make some buns.
Marigold.
It's their thing.
Yeah, I mean, it might be recreational.
I think I might have a second mother.
The four of you start actually hearing, like, as you walk back up the stairs with Ocean and Marigold, there is suddenly like this massive commotion as you hear Vusto screaming at the top of his lungs, kind of going, "No, I never said any of those things." As Chunk, just a few moments ago, you were listening to Vusto have all these sort of like spieling this stuff at you, and then suddenly all these people kind of going like, "Vusto, did you send dick pics to Becky Sonnet?" What? No.
Yes, he did.
He absolutely did.
And everyone else is sort of picking up these sending stones and sort of looking at Becky, and she's just like that at all of them. And Vusto is now like as red in the face as a goblin can be, and he's just like that. The bodyguard is sort of like kind of just holding herself in the corner, just kind of feeling a little bit like bewildered, like oh, like this as pandemonium is sort of happening in the place, as it looks like it's very clear that you could make like a clean exit to get out of here.
Before we run off, can I walk over to the bodyguard?
Yeah.
I realise still in full armour, probably still holding the mace.
Yeah, she looks at you and goes, oh, and sort of flinches.
Just wanted to say, still looking for waiters and stuff. If you wanted a new job.
She kind of looks at you and sort of nods timidly. Okay.
Just hold out a hand.
She sort of takes one hand away from her stomach and sort of shakes it.
Everyone is always welcome at Hot and Steamy.
And Ocean sort of like puts her arm around you and saying, yes, everyone is always welcome. And she kind of runs over to Vasto, now who can see that sort of like two of his prisoners maybe have escaped, and he's just like, no, you're not supposed to be out. What the bloody hell's going on? As everyone's sort of like now not paying any attention to Amber Rose, who is sort of like standing on the stage just kind of doing this, kind of going like, what's going on? Everyone is sort of like around sort of just kind of going like, sort of laughing at Vasto as he's now blustering and going like, as your mother goes up to him and says, I never gave away my café. How bloody well dare you, like that, and lifting up a fist just socks him right round the face until he just falls down. And she's like, right, shall we go?
Pats Chunk on the back of his legs. Goes, come on, buddy.
There's just been a blur, a flurry of activity around Chunk. And as I, okay. And then as I go to leave, where is Amber Rose? Like, is she on like a podium?
Yeah, she's on like a little podium on a little erected stage.
Okay. In which case, because I'm imagining this all took place kind of near the stage, there is a moment where I'll look up and... Hi.
She looks at you, she gives you a little wink, and she blows you a kiss.
Rua, I don't know how disconcerting it would be to see Chunk go... and then like skitter out. But yeah, I'll play the smitten card.
Rua's silently proud and kind of like holds onto Chunk, just kind of to steady him, just in case he falls over. And I'm going to give him emotional support as kind of a move. That's kind of it. Rua's going to fail at doing so, but like, you know, she's got to try. Got to try at least. I roll with either heart or spirit. Both of mine are terrible, so it's not going to go well. Or it will.
It will.
Okay, that's a 6.
It's the thought that counts.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah, when you give or receive emotional support in an intimate moment with someone new, you each mark XP or clear a condition. You're not new. I don't get to clear a condition. So. But it's the thought that counts.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. The sounds that you're making towards Chunk are just a blur of just blushing as he sort of goes, just sort of leaves.
She smiled at me.
Is there anything else that anyone would like to do before you get out of this venue?
I think I'm going to take the opportunity to thank Becky. And we're going to finally kiss in a dangerous situation.
Yeah. Describe how this looks.
I think as this is going on, she Kayloon is kind of taking everything in, and she kind of, her eyes lock Becky over the room, sort of amongst the disco lights and the marble and the glinting off the gold, and that, you know, you get the fantastic bisexual lighting comes on, the pink and the purple, and they lock eyes, and like Kayloon just looks at Rua And just goes over and she dips Becky, throws her sending stone onto one of the booths, just goes, thanks for that. Flash heart style.
Yeah, as you sort of hold Becky in this dip, it's obvious an experience that she's never had before, of someone else sort of taking charge, and she is massively consenting to this kiss. And as you come up from this embrace, she just kind of goes like, you don't have to pay to be on my top tier.
I like it less. I like it when you don't talk.
Would anyone else like to do anything?
Not healthy. Yeah, I just I'll try and find Jenkrin, just a little spot of black in the crowd, and press a little note into her hand that has an address and a time on it, and then scurry away into the crowd again.
Is the address the morgue?
I was going to say a graveyard.
No, we're going to meet at my house, and then we're going to go for a walk in the graveyard. For goodness' sake.
As she watches you sort of toddle away, she sort of looks at this note and she goes, oh, and she finally puts it in her registered notebook, and she closes it, and then she just holds it against herself and just sort of sighs.
Mummy.
In this massive chaos where everyone's just kind of like, what the fuck's going on? Who sent it?
If I happen to go anywhere near the presumably mostly sparked out, oh god, which one is he? Marn, that's the one. I was trying to remember which one it was. I'll crouch down next to him. I'll cup his little face and I'll just say,
the problem is, dear, that you're just terribly unattractive.
And I'll leave.
Hey!
Which I worry
Elsie.
might not resolve his obsession. But...
Elsie, Rewa, would you like to do anything very quickly as we come to the end of this very weird night?
Rua, would you like to do something first?
I will. Rua will be suggesting new names for the shop. So, how about hot and steamy buns? Hot and steamy cakes. Cakey bun coffee. No, that's not going to work. So that will just keep coming out. Weirder and weirder names.
Marigold, as she's sort of leaving with you, she's just like, little bit more brainstorming, but I'm gonna have to get my shot back first. And Elsie,
I think just as we're leaving, as we pass the little model that's been made of the architectural model of what the coffee shop would look like with the wall pushed through, Elsie will just raise the mace and she'll just smash it out.
Yes.
And your mother Ocean sees this and she's just like, that's my girl. And as the five of you leave this absolute horrendous state of an event, the next morning, it's nice to see Elsie, a familiar sight of your mother back behind the coffee bar. The sheets have now gone back up the bakery next door, with a little hope that it will become something a bit nicer and a little bit more independent, along with the rest of the vibe of the street. Kayloon and Chunk turn up at their regular times for their regular shifts. Expira comes in at her usual early time, trying new delicacies that are found on the menu. Rua, no different than usual, comes in with a big back of papers, saying, "Oh, another couple of hours for me." As the five of you set in for another normal day at Hot and Steamy.
Yeah.
We did it!
We saved the cafe.
You saved the cafe. Thank you all of you for playing. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed that, we've got other Thirsty Sword Lesbian games. They're not setting elsewhere. They're set in a completely different world and time and space. Do definitely give those a watch, because especially the one where Dan gets waxed halfway through it. That's always quite good. If you are interested in anything else, Chris has just run a game of Pick Me for the third year in a row. So if you want to see some very horrible things happen to toys, that should be earlier on in the month. We are coming close to the end of the year. We've got lots of things coming up in the new year. So do hit that subscribe button. So you are the first to know when those new adventures come out. But if you are waiting for more things, we finished campaign 3 earlier this year. Do go back and watch that. It was lots and lots of good fun, and obviously there's lots of other things. We play D&D, we play Daggerheart, we play Blades in the Dark. So yeah, have a little perusal around, and if you do like the stuff we do, you can become a member. You can become a member on YouTube, you can become a member on Patreon, and you can join our Discord for free, where you can talk about the other games that we've played, and you can chat with us. It's all good fun. And I think that's all it, Dan.
Yeah, spot on.
Spot on.
Nice.
Until then, thank you, Five, for playing. Thank you for watching, and we will see you. If this is not the last video of the year, we'll see you in 2026.
Thanks, Nate.
Thanks, Nate.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.